Got how to work this. Right. Evening, folks. Welcome back to the Rag Show. It's been a while. I've been off in the hospital for weeks and weeks and weeks. So, without further ado, we're going to cover the monthly news with our mate Matt and what's going on in the Middle East at the minute. So, Matt,
All right,
how's it
mate.
going?
You look like you've lost a few, Clem.
Nearly 3 stone.
Crikey. It's no fun being that skinny.
No, it's not. It's no fun being that ill.
Ah, well, at least you're out.
Yes. I've got my hospital bed and everything at the back here.
Crikey. Oh, so you're still in the hospital?
No,
Oh, you just brought the bed home?
they turned my living room into a private nursing room.
I was going to say, you know you're knackered when you bring the bed home. Fuck me.
Yeah, you're pretty much fucked.
Is Jack turning up?
No,
No? How's
no.
he doing?
The last time I heard, he had moved back to England.
All right.
And I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Or heard from him since. So,
Might be taking a rest. You do need to have a rest from the internet for every now and then, don't you?
oh, you definitely do. But I started to miss it. So,
Well, yeah, you've been away a while.
yeah.
How was your health then? How are your pegs? Are they still? Are you sort of slowly mending them?
Still in casts.
Still in casts? Oh, nightmare!
They come off tomorrow
Oh, aye.
for a change of new ones and an x-ray of the feet.
Mm.
And as you know, as I said to you, they've given me 12 months to live. If I'm lucky, 2 years. So,
Is that a complication from other stuff you've had wrong with you, or is that just because you did it the old-fashioned way and like getting pissed all the time? Well, I mean, we all like getting pissed all the time.
it was a mixture of both. The tablets that I'm on for diabetes and stuff attack the liver,
Mm,
one of their main features. And then with me having beers and bits and pieces,
yeah,
it's just made it worse.
never helps. Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't think there's anything booze helps, but we still do it anyway. It's like
Yeah.
bacon. You remember when they released that study and said, "Oh, bacon definitely gives you cancer," and
Yeah.
everyone in the entire Western world went, "Yeah, well, I'll take my chances." It's not like we don't know booze and fags are bad for us, but who cares? You can't worry too much about it. At the end of the day, there is a happy medium, isn't there? If you
Yes.
could guarantee if you could guarantee that if you didn't drink or smoke, you could live to be 130, maybe more people would do it. But considering we're all aware of the fact that you could deny yourself your entire life and then get twatted by a bus when you're 62, there's no real point, is there? You've just got to go for a balance. I have a balanced approach. Like, I drink too much, but I do loads of exercise, so I'm thinking that'll help.
One cancels the other one out.
Yeah, cancel out. Well, I don't look too rough for my age, right? And that's been my technique for my whole life. Like I thrash myself in the gym 6 days a week, and then I binge drink 2 days a week. It's
What
like
was it you said to Derek the other night? You're 36 now.
46.
46. Sorry.
Yeah,
And I thought, geez, I only thought he was in his 40s, early 40s.
yeah. I'm 46 now. 47 in October, so I'm getting on.
I'm 55 this year,
55.
so that's if I make it.
Well, you never know. You might surprise them. Cirrhosis is one of them things. Your livers, you never know. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, right?
Yeah.
With that shit, because you never know. Like, I've known. I told you, my granddad. When he got throat cancer, and they said you got 12 months, and he lasted 11 years.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never
One
know.
one of the girls in the hospital said to me, one of the nurses, staff nurse, and she says, the doctors give you the bad news, Stephen. I said, aye. She says, look, they diagnosed my grandfather with the same thing and give him a year to live, and he lasted 15 years.
15, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know, one of the big things that I'm a big believer in is the PMA, the attitude. Like, if you don't be a fanny and be all maudlin and mopey about it,
Yeah.
you'll fucking surprise yourself. You just got to get on with it, haven't you?
I
Get
just
on with
need-
it and fuck them is my attitude. To
I
see what
just-
happens.
I just need to get these things off my legs so I can get going again.
Yeah. Yeah.
The normal routine, doing this, that, and the other. And they have me on a special diet, and they have me on this, that, and the other.
Well,
And-
I mean, you do want to pack in drinking completely if your fucking liver's fucked.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is, you've had your fun. I think if you're pissed up for fucking 35 years, you could knock it on the head when you're in your 50s. I don't drink like I used to. I used to be pissing up like fucking hell. When I used to go on leave when I was a young bootneck, I used to drink 7 days a week. I used
Yes.
to come back from like Northern Ireland or Iraq or Afghanistan or something, and I would literally be drunk 7 days a week for weeks at a time. Like, I used to go back to work, and when I prodded my organs, they used to hurt. Like,
Yes.
I remember going back to work after 10 weeks off, and I was like, if I touched my thumb to like my back rear, you know, I'd be like, oh, like as soon as it was like I was aching all over. There is a happy medium, and I think at the end of the day, no one wants to live like a monk, but there's no need to take needless fucking risks. If you've been told your liver's fucked, then it's time to knock it on the head, unfortunately. But hey, you just got to tell yourself I had a fucking good run.
Yeah. So
That's all I can say. I had a fucking good run.
I had a good
Knock it
run.
on the head.
They stuck a needle a bit. It must have been
About as long as my cock, yeah? What's that? 10 inches? Yeah, about right, yeah.
into my side, into the abdomen, and they took out, what was it, 14 litres of fluid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
And
not.
It weighed over 2 stone.
Fuck me. Yeah, that's not fucking good. I remember my old mate, my dad's old mate Brian, he died because he was liver, he was an outlaw. And he a typical old blokes, old English fellas who understate every problem. He come in, he'd gone yellow. Last time I seen him, he was fucked. He had massive amount of swelling. He said, oh yeah, they've had to remove loads of fluid from, around my abdomen. And you just swell up, don't you? And my old fella was like, I'll take you for a walk up Rosebery Top and I'll get shot of that. He was like, it's fluid, not fucking fat. Like, my old fella was like, I just walk up a few hills, it'll all fucking disappear.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. Well, like I said, let's not be maudlin. Fuck them. You might be here in 15 years' time, and the shit.
We're gonna cover. That's what I was wanting to cover was. Right. If I can remember how to do this, I want to get your take on it because everybody's going fucking apeshit about this today. It's all over the news. Share screen. That's the one.
I love a bit of war. Love a bit of war, mate. Pointless, futile war.
I love this guy's accent. It was very good.
Did you enough water? Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Where are we at here?
Explosion after the other in Dubai, and these are not just drones, missiles are being seen. This is now being reported by wire agency Reuters. Missiles are being tracked as they move in the direction of Dubai. Pro-Iran protesters in Tehran continue to chant armed forces, revenge, revenge. But it is 15 areas that are being targeted in the United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi.
I love how bad India Today's reporting
Indeed, this is a cause for grave concern because Dubai, by and large, has been an island of peace, treated as a very major commercial economic center, and that is systematically now being targeted. Palm Al Jumeirah, Burj Al Khalifa, but now we are told there are other locations that are being targeted.
That's not even like it's a real news. It's like a comedy one, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Explosion, revenge attack. Oh my god.
That had me laughing.
Yeah.
But apparently they had. Do you remember the what do you call them movies with your man? Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible.
Ah, yeah.
They went to Dubai or something and done a thing off the tallest hotel in the world.
Yeah. They twatted that, didn't they? It's on fire.
It's on fire.
6-star hotel. Yeah, I read about it.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, you
still.
see, the thing is, right? Like everything in life, and that's what I suppose that's the crux of being like a, what would you call it? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a centrist, but I try to be a well informed political YouTuber. Everything's complicated, isn't it? Like, it's a complex issue, the geopolitics in the Middle East. And it's hard to pin down a position, but ultimately you've got to take one, haven't you? Like everyone, like I said, I hate fence sitting wankers. Like, you've got to pick something. So everyone's thrashing it out online about Iran. Rupert and them are saying totally ignore them, don't do anything. And then loads of them online are saying, no, mallet them. It's like you have to pick a position. I refuse to just say, I can see both sides of it. So even though I can see both sides of it, I don't think I care if we bomb the shit out of Iran, to be honest. I'll tell you one thing that helps sway me. So I do get where Rupert and them are coming from. Obviously, the fact that they lie all the time about every war we've ever been involved in is a big one in the no column, right? Because they just lie. Like, we're not going to be bombing Iran because it helps them. We're going to be bombing Iran because of whatever nefarious scheme we've got. But what I say is, what I think flips it over the edge for me with bomb them is twofold, right? First of all, it'll kill more snack bar regulars. So that is that's definitely a plus in the plus points. And 90% of the blokes we lost when I was in Iraq was because of the Iranians. Like, the way I see it, they have killed British and American soldiers, thousands of them.
Yes.
Because all the IEDs and the indirect fire and the rockets and all that shit that was coming into Iraq, it was the Iranians. The Iranians were training them, the Iranians were manning them, and the Iranians were giving them all of the materials. I don't care if we bomb the shit out of the Iranians, to be honest.
I was watching Trump the day, and he said they attacked some base in America and killed over 260 soldiers. Is that right?
Over 260? No way. That's definitely not true.
That's what I was wondering. I'm sort of going, I would have remembered that. You know, I know my memory's bad sometimes, but Jesus.
Yeah.
260. Do you think that would be all over the news? So,
no, that hasn't happened. They've been aiming at Yank bases, which is also hilarious in it, because their response to getting bombed by the Yanks was to bomb all of their neighbours.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, the Americans are bombing us. Quick, let's drop bombs on Dubai. Like, all right, go on then.
Yeah. Well, the sister was visiting me the day, and she works in the home heating oil business, and her boss was in doing the figures, because as soon as the first bomb dropped, the price of oil went fucking straight up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's panic stations.
Yeah, I think, but you know what I'm saying, right? About it is complicated. Like, people like us that try and be well informed, you know, read the news every day, really very skeptical of everything the government tell you. It's hard to pick a position. But I think there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
Like I said, at the end of the day, maybe you can overthink stuff. You can overthink, right? Like, oh, if we back the Iranians, then this, then this, then this. But if we back the Americans and the Israelis, then this, then this, then this, then this. Maybe we overthink it. Maybe we just look what's right in front of our faces. And what's right in front of our faces is, this'll kill loads more of the snack bar boys.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't need to think of it any further than that. And frankly, considering they multiply like wet gremlins, we need a few less of them. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I find it hard to care too much either way. Online, the like virulently anti-Semitic ones are all like, yeah, I hope Iran twat them. And I see why they think that. And then the Israeli and the American ones are all, yeah, let's bomb Iran. Maya too, seeing them. As I said, I get both sides of it, but you got to pick a position, haven't you?
Yes, I tried to find it again. Somebody sent it to me this morning, and it was live from Belfast City Hall this morning, and they had Palestine flags and the Israeli flags, and they're all dancing around in a circle together, celebrating.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I think one argument in the bomber column would be, it does seem like the majority of Iranians. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Iranians or like them. But it does say, if you want to be one of these wankers who says, oh, it's all about self-determination, it does seem like most Iranians are up for regime change. So, like, I mean, even that's complicated though, isn't it? Because you can think you want something because you've been misled.
Yeah.
Like, if you look into the actual history of Iran, it's proper complicated. Like, I spent an hour reading the Wikipedia yesterday. It's hard to get your head around Iran. It was like, it was their own people, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't. It's like, it doesn't just go back to the 70s. It goes back way earlier. Like, there was women wearing skirts and not having head covers on in the 50s in Iran.
Yes.
And then we got shot of him and we put the shine, but then they got shot of him and they put the Ayatollah in. But before then, we were involved. It's like, it's extremely complicated. So even that, you can't just say, because the majority of Iranians think it's a good idea to have regime change, therefore it's definitely a good idea to have regime change. Maybe it isn't.
Sensum does make a good point there in the comments. Is see the fallout of all this? Who ends up with the refugees?
I know. But again, what you could say to that is, that's because of our stupid policies. Like, the ideal scenario would be we bomb the ever-living shit out of all the snack bar boys and we still don't care and we never let any of them in anyway. Like, it's our fault we let them in. Why do we let them in? I don't care. I'd be like, oh, look at that, Iran's on fire again. I'm Iranian, can I be an asylum seeker? No. Like, why do we let them in? I don't care. Us bombing Afghanistan should never have meant we let in Afghans.
Yes.
It's ludicrous. Like, why? The whole reason we're bombing the Afghans is because OBL was given sanctuary in Afghanistan. So they go, oh yeah, they're bombing Afghanistan, so now we have to let Afghans in. Yeah, well, he was given sanctuary in Afghanistan because everyone in Afghanistan thinks it's a good idea to kill pasty non-believer motherfuckers like me. So why the fuck would you go, oh, we're bombing the Afghans? Oh, quick, we better let all the Afghans into England then. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
You mentioned it the other night. Robert Jenrick, he fucking welcomed them in open arms, taking photographs and all with them, you know, in their new house and stuff.
Yeah.
What did he join?
It's bollocks. But what I'm getting at is, again, so, you know, I pick a position, I'll argue the toss. What I'm getting at is, the real key to being happy, which is why I'm such a rare sunshine, is not to take it too seriously. Like, people arguing for and against a proper banging the keyboard furiously. What I'm saying is you have to become an absurdist like me and realise that nothing we say matters and the powers that be couldn't give a monkey's fuck. So what you do is you chuckle about it and you take the piss. Bomb them, don't bomb them, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not going to affect me any in my little hidey hole.
Well,
And
you were talking
sorry,
about
go on.
movies the other night. You were talking about the Siege of Geneva. It's one great movie based on a true story.
Class
But
film.
the 1980 siege, Iranian siege embassy in London,
Yeah.
6 days. You know, you think the government would have learned then in 1980, you don't let these people into the country.
Aye.
You know.
Yeah, it's mental. It's mental.
They say-
Everything the Europeans have done for the last 40 years, though, has been to purposely ruin our cultural and our ethnic enclaves. Like,
Well,
that's
Anglo-Saxon there. He says we should have the Marines in the English Channel. supported by the
100%.
Navy.
Like I
100%.
said, the UK should be a ring of steel. The fact that we're an island is what saved us in World War II.
Yes.
Like, it's easy when you're an island. It's harder. The fact of the matter is, right, people are retards and they don't even think about this. If Hungary can keep them out and they're landlocked to these fuckers, how can Britain not? It'd be a piece of piss. Like I said to you, we wouldn't even need a fraction of our military to have a ring of steel around the UK. It'd be mega easy. Like, whenever it was kicking off in Northern Ireland and they're worried about arms coming in, they used to put a ring of steel around there. When you're in Ireland, it's fucking easy. We literally only need 20% of the Royal Navy. And the UK will be a ring of steel. You'd need a few dozen ships, a couple of dozen drones, and about 1,000 bootnecks. And nobody would get in. It's not even difficult.
That one you done last night with Derek Domino, what he didn't mention is when they come into England and they get refused asylum in England, they get on a ferry, which you don't have to show a driver's license or any passports or anything like that there. Liverpool to Belfast or Liverpool into Belfast. Then they climb on the train down to Dublin and that's them settled. You know, they go up to one of these iPass centres and there's no room for them. So they end up giving them a tent and a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
All over the city. They're everywhere. They're
It is. It's mad, in it. So, I mean, the one plus point as well, if you're thinking of attacks in Europe as a result of this, is that the most of the fanatics are Sunni, aren't they? So they won't be as pissed off about Iran and the Ayatollah as there would be if, I don't know, we wiped somebody else out. I don't know how much concern it'll cause in England amongst the Puma trackie community. What I'm getting at is I don't think most Puma trackies care too much about the Ayatollah. The schism in Islam's very complicated as well. The mad thing is, which is what I've told everybody who actually learns about this stuff, the mad thing is the Deobandism and the Wahhabists and the stuff that we have to deal with in England was spawned as a direct response to British sort of colonialism. Like, nobody believes me when I tell them this, daft lefties. But, like, the Puma trackies that we've got in England are far more jihadi and violent than most of the snack bar boys in the Middle East.
Yes.
And I've told the daft lefty twats this for years, and they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And now we know it's a fact because they've gone on the telly, the ministers from places in like Egypt and Saudi, and said, oh yeah, we wouldn't want our kids going to school in Manchester. Like I'm not defending the snack bar boys, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? The ones, British Puma trackies are far more extreme than your average Iranian or Egyptian.
No, Jojo makes a point there. I saw that video too. They're teaching Africans in the Republic.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Hilarious. I saw that. Yeah, unbelievable. And I told you I'm sick of I'm sick of watching people dance. That's one thing we do too much of these days, dancing. I'm proper sick of watching every knobhead dancing. It's somewhat juvenile. Remember when they used to score in the good old days and they used to just score a goal and run off?
Yes.
Now they have to do a fucking dance. I'm sick of watching people dance.
Shearer just used to run about the field with a hand up, you know?
Yeah, he was good. Fabrizio Ravanelli used to just put his shirt over his head.
Then they started giving yellow cards for taking your shirt off and stuff.
It's one of those bollocks. Well, you know what's funny about that? There's a story we could talk about. Did you see with regards to football? They're all kicking off because the Leeds fans were booing when they stopped for Ramadan. Did you watch that?
No, it didn't.
I know you haven't been paying as much attention. So basically, in fact, I can present on your show now, can't I? I'll show you the story. So basically, what happened is, in the middle of the game yesterday, they put up on the big screen that they had to break the fast for Ramadan. So in the middle of the match, they stopped it, and then the Muzzy players ran off and went to the side and had a quick, I think it was dates, they said they were having like a protein bar or whatever.
Yes.
And a drink of water, and basically stopped the game for 5 minutes because they needed to go and scran. And all the crowd started booing them, obviously. And now they're all going mental, saying, oh, this is beyond the pale. And something that a lot of people on X pointed out when these lefty organisations were complaining is that there's been numerous occasions where Christian godbotherers have done anything related to their faith, and the FA have threatened to ban them. Like,
Yes.
if you wear a cross or lift your shirt up and it says, you know, I love Jesus, they'll go, you're not allowed to do that. But they'll stop the match for 10 minutes, so a load of the Puma trackies can, you know.
There was a
it's-
black fella last year, and he refused to wear the rainbow armband. And he had Christ is King on a T-shirt underneath his jersey. And he lifted up the jersey and it says Christ is King.
Yeah.
And they banned him for 3 matches.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's
what?
fucking ridiculous. Again, it's we know about this because we're chippy right-wing YouTubers, but it's preposterous how people can even claim there isn't an obvious pecking order, and the snack bar boys are at the very top, and the white Christians are at the very bottom. Like,
Yes.
it's ridiculous. Like, they get every advantage. They're allowed to celebrate their religion, and Christians aren't. And being as I'm neither, I don't particularly care either way, but it's an obvious pecking order. If he's not allowed to talk about Jesus, then why are we stopping games for them? It should be like, listen, if you want to go on about Ramalam, well, don't play the game then. Sit it out for a month.
Yes.
What's it got to do with me? I don't care.
There was a guy on, somebody put it up on YouTube, and he was filming people on the train on their way to work, eating their breakfast. What may it be, a sausage roll or whatever it was, you know. And he was disgusted because it's Ramadan and they shouldn't be eaten in front of him because it offends him. And they're like, what the fuck?
What's it got to do with you, you silly bastard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
No, I mean, have a look now. I'm not a good multitasker. Here we are. Fan banter. Show you. Here we are. Fark sent off in anger and decisions. Ramadan break gets booed by fans, and that was the sign to put up. It was players being paused briefly to allow players to break their fast, as tonight's match takes place during the holy period of Ramadan, and then they all go off to start having a quick drink and then something to eat at the side of the pitch. Well, the fans started booing them, as is their right to do. I don't care about your holy period. To me, it's just another Saturday. So
Yeah.
I don't want to observe it. I'm sick and tired of it. This is what I was telling my missus this the other day. The real problem with the Anglosphere, Americans are the same. Americans are stupidly nice. Anglo people are far too nice. And in my lifetime, a lot of people have had a go at me and said I'm a bit of a prick. And my mates and that will be like, oh, there's no need for that. When someone does something that's like proper, like out of order, I'll have a go and they go, oh, I can't believe you did that. Like, we're far too polite. Do you know what I mean? Even if someone does something proper bad, like if we were on a train and some bloke puts his feet on the chair and I go, here, you're not in your fucking front room, take your feet off the chair. A lot of people on that train, like maybe 60, 70% of them, they won't like the fact that I said something. Their attitude is, oh, no, you don't want to be mean. You don't want to cause a fuss. Dude, what's the big deal? Just sit there and let them do it. And that's the problem. We're far too nice. And when you start pushing back, they think you're being unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. I'm not going to watch blokes standing still for 10 minutes. Who wants to watch blokes standing still? I like football. But I don't want to watch blokes standing still for 10 minutes because it's their holy period of Ramadan. I don't feel like I should. And maybe I'd have more time for it if they weren't aggressively, ruthlessly stacking up the pyramid in that obviously sectarian way where it's fine for them to stop the entire fucking game for 10 minutes, but it's not fine for some bloke to lift his top up and say, I love G-Boo, or whatever the fuck he wants to write on his shirt.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I've got no time for it, and that's why I'm not being unreasonable. If it was regular, where Christian players were doing shit like this, and pausing play for a minute so they could have a quick prayer, then I wouldn't be that bothered. I'd be like, okay, they all do it. It's the hypocrisy that winds me up. They wouldn't let Jews or Sikhs or Christians do it. The top of the poll in England is the snack bar boys. So
Yes.
I don't like the way they get to have this little, one rule for them and one for everybody else. It's bollocks.
Yeah. You reposted it today. Big Sam Melia is back on X.
Yeah,
So
poor bastard. He got proper stitched up, didn't he?
if you are on X, folks, it's at Real Sam Melia.
Let's have a look and see if he. I did retweet something he put up, so I can quickly point you at his page. Hang on. Where was it? Here it is. 2 years away. What can I say? He's at Real Sam Melia. Is on X, and he probably got stitched up. 2 years away, and then a full 5 years where you're not allowed to go on social media. It's like, who do they think they are? That's what I'm saying. They should outrage people. Like, who do they think they are to tell a free man who's never been a problem for the state? He's not a bank robber or a pedo. He's never done anything. The only thing he's ever done is put stickers up. So he's a thought criminal. Who do they think they are to give him 5 years ban off social media? And morons argue with me when I say the UK is a police state.
Yep.
It's a police state. He's a thought criminal.
He's not allowed to be on social media for 5 years.
He wasn't. So this is what he's saying there is, and the timeline tracks, doesn't it? So he had all the time in jail, and then he got out. He's been out a while, but he's had to be quiet the whole time because they've obviously had license conditions. So they probably said you have to stay off social media for 2 years after you get out or whatever.
Right.
And that's why he's popped back up now. Yeah, because I think he's been out about 18 months, 2 years or something. He's been out a while.
He's been out for a good while because his youngest daughter is, I think she's coming 2, maybe. And she wasn't even born when he went in.
It's shocking. And I like him and I like his missus. I think it's something that shames us as a nation. What happened to him?
Yeah.
Just disgraceful and demonstrably authoritarian. He didn't do anything. Like I said to you, I was amazed they got him. I thought he'd been clever, even the way, because I know something of the law. When you're as dogmatic a political junkie and YouTuber as I am, you know something about the law. It's like, I would have assumed he was clever enough, the way he'd worded the stickers, that of course he never broke any laws.
Yes.
He didn't say anything negative about any groups. All he said was like, it's okay to be white.
But even the judge at the time did say that the stickers that he actually distributed weren't illegal, and they didn't say anything illegal.
No.
They still give him 2 years.
It's ridiculous.
And
like I said, he wouldn't deserve a jail sentence if he put "I hate" the sign that Bruce Willis wears on Die Hard 3. If he put stickers like that up, he wouldn't deserve jailing because he's just giving you his opinion. If he says "I hate" whatever, that's not illegal. If he's promoting hurting them, fair enough. I mean, I don't really like going down that road, but you know what I'm saying. If he put "I hate X," that wouldn't be illegal as far as the law used to be concerned if you're taking it as written in black and white.
Yeah.
But what he did it's not even worthy of an arrest, let alone a custodial sentence.
The fellow that burned the Desert Fable book, he was acquitted this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, and then the CBS still wanted to do him, didn't they?
They still wanted to do him.
Yeah, well, and this is why we've got these real problems. Why even the state being the way it is complicated. It's because you've got these fifth columns. Like, there's going to be loads of people who work for the CBS who don't think it's suitable to prosecute him. But whoever's the ranking officer in that case, whoever's desk that landed on, is probably a regular at the snack bar.
Yes.
So they're going, yeah, we're going to enforce the blasphemy law, and who cares what the law says about it.
So, what's the next one?
What news? Big news of the week.
This was from today. Let's see if I can share it here. Remove. Share screen. Nope, not that one. Not that one.
they've also given us this footage, this coming from CENTCOM, showing the early hours of this operation. The commander of CENTCOM, Admiral Brad Cooper, saying the president ordered bold action and our brave soldiers, sailors, airmen, marines, guardians and coast guardsmen all answered that call. Forces began striking targets at 1:15. So just talk us through, Sean, what we're seeing here.
Yeah, you're seeing the Tomahawk cruise missiles being launched, which is, we've probably seen these many times before in a way, on different conflicts. I think the big difference is that normally you'd see these launched at night. The first waves are normally done under the cover of darkness. This particular attack, we understand, was actually done about mid-morning local time, which is quite unusual. I might get onto that. What's interesting, look at the military options for the planners at the moment here, because inevitably, what's the military will have said to Trump, what's your end state? What is it you want to achieve? And he probably was going regime change. The military would have gone, that's quite difficult to do. They'd put a load of military options in front of him. The first one is to roll back the air defense.
Now, they have completely buggered their navy, obliterated it, and what else? So many different targets they were targeting. Is it a nuclear plant or something? They were trying to make nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
And they've obliterated that again. But there's a boy on last night, and he says they'll have that back up and running within 2 years. And we'll be back at this 2 years from now, going to torpedo them or cruise missile them, you know? So.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Americans have the capability to smash any Navy or Air Force. Like, people, again, non-military people don't realise how massive a behemoth the US military is. They've had 50% of the whole world's military expenditure for 70 years. Like,
yes.
It builds up a hell of a back catalogue. They've got something like 300 warships. Like, if they want to mallet someone's Navy and Air Force, they can do. But as always, the grunt never goes out of fashion because you can bomb easy. It doesn't even, you don't break a sweat bombing the shit out of people. But you actually want to achieve things on the ground. You need boots on the deck. And that's what we never want to do, because obviously then you get people coming home in body bags. So they're trying to get the Iranians to make it happen, aren't they?
Yes.
It's going to be hard, though, because they got rid of so many of the leadership elements from the rebels. Like, they've spent the last month wiping them out, haven't they? They reckon they killed 30,000.
Yes.
I think that's a low ball as well. They reckon between sort of 40 and 60 is a suitable number. So they're going to be the main rabble rousers. They're going to be like the movers and shakers, the charismatic leaders, the sort of leadership elements of the rebel cause. So it's going to be hard work because they've killed thousands of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would think, though, human nature being what it is, like the reason we learned this during all of that hard-won experience in Northern Ireland.
That's 5 pounds. Right.
Is because when you're dealing with insurgents like that, for every non-combatant you kill, you create 5 more, don't you? Like, if you were one of these people in Iran whose daughter got disappeared by the secret police and murdered, you're going to be quite aggressive about it after the fact.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's totally hamstrung them, but it's hampered them. You just have to see if they've still got the will to fight. Whether or not killing 40,000 of them will have steeled them and made them more willing to fight, or less. So it'll either cowed them or it'll have steeled them to it. And only time's going to tell us which is going to be the case.
Yeah. Yeah. I've run out of stuff to talk about now. Here, it's nearly 45 minutes, and I'm starting to get really tired. So,
are you knackered?
Meds and stuff. So I'm going to finish this up.
Right. Well, just make sure you don't wash your meds down with Jack Daniels.
Yes. So I will catch you at the end of the month.
All right, I'm glad you're almost back on your feet.
Yes.
You do look relatively healthy considering you've been in the knacker's yard for a month.
Yes.
So, every cloud and all that. I'd expect you to still be reporting for duty in a year's time. So we'll see. Good luck with it. I'll talk to you in a month, all right?
Right, take care, bud.
Cheers, Rag. See you later, mate.
You there.